Alright, time to do some training. Uh-oh, this looks like trouble. Yeah! Oh! Hiya! You think Basher bots are gonna stop me? Hiya! Alright! Time to finish you off, Ranger! More like, it's morphin' time! Ninja Star, lock in! Ninja spin! Ooh, time to split! I don't think so. Ninja Steel Pink Ranger, final strike! Power Rangers! Here's the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Pink Ranger in training gear out of the package. You can see she's dressed in a black and pink practice uniform, as worn by the Rangers on the TV show. We're going to start by taking a look at her head. She's wearing a mask over her face and a hood over her hair. This is extremely helpful for Bandai to be able to reuse this head for the other female Ranger, the White Ranger. This is one of the few times we get to see a Power Ranger character with eyes painted on. They seem a little more cartoony than I would expect. I'm not sure if it's just the lack of sculpted details in the face or if it is the paint apps of the eyes. They just feel kind of anime-ish to me, but most Power Ranger characters don't have sculpted eyes. There's a lot of Rangers with visors and, you know, monster characters that might have beady little eyes, but not human eyes like this, and maybe that's what makes it weird. The uniform has some textured areas that are painted pink. They're not quite perfect on this one. There's a little bit of slop there on the Ninja Star on Sarah's chest. When taking a look at the figure, you can see that she has articulation at the head, at the shoulders, and the elbows. There is no swivel, there's no spin at the wrists, so she actually loses the wrist articulation that the standard Rangers have. Down below, there's no articulation at the waist, but that's common with these figures. She has nice hip joints that move out to the side as well as forward and backwards, and she has knee joints. Now, most of the Rangers do have some ankle articulation on their figures, but that's even been dropped on some of the more recent ones. Just like the pink areas on the upper part of her uniform, she also has these cool pink lightning bolts on the side. Makes me think of Mighty Morphin there. Their logo had that. She has some unpainted Ninja Stars on her belt there. These are Ninja Stars she would lock into her blade when she's morphed, or into her morpher, to make her transform. It would have been cool if this figure came with the morpher, but the morpher was released as an exclusive to a Toys R Us pack one time, early on in the run. She does have some texturing on the back, but again, no paint, so things like these armbands just stop. For accessories, Sarah has this claw weapon, which is pretty cool, and she can hold it pretty well. And she also has this lightning bolt nunchuck type weapon. She holds this okay, but it's a little bit loose in her hand. It does fall out once in a while. She also has a painted on ninja communicator on her wrist there. The Rangers wear those when they're unmorphed and in practice gear in the show, so that's a great detail to have included on these figures. Just like the morphed figures, these Rangers have a pretty major difference in the sculpting between the male and the female characters, which is awesome. In the early days of Power Rangers, we saw the same mold used for the boys and the girls, and it wasn't very accurate. Our boys are definitely way bulkier here than they are in the show, but, you know, boys like their big, bulky superheroes when they come to action figures. Both the red and pink Ranger in training mode came with this weapon, while Sarah had the claw. Brody came with this spike-knuckled knife. Beyond the weapons and the sculpt, the only other real difference I noticed between the Pink Ranger and the Red Ranger is the shoulder joints. The Pink Ranger's shoulder is free-moving. The Red Ranger, on the other hand, has a ratcheting shoulder. We always hear that boys won't buy action figures of female characters. The female Rangers end up being peg warmers and often dropped from the lines. I'm really glad they've been trying with Dino Charge and Ninja Steel to give us the female characters in as many forms as possible. I really enjoy the fact that they've tried to do these training mode figures. I have not seen the White Ranger anywhere. I haven't seen the Gold Ranger or Blue Ranger in training mode either, for that matter. So I'm hoping that they still come out. I'm hoping to show that people do support them. Maybe they got to make the females in smaller numbers, or maybe they have to be exclusive to an online retailer. I don't know how Bandai can solve this problem, but it would be a shame for them to just cut out female Rangers. Part of the big message of Power Rangers is that it's a team effort, and everyone has to do their part. You can't form the Megazord if you don't have all the Rangers. It just kind of hurts the core message if they're not making the female characters. In the comments down below, let me know if you collected female Rangers as a kid. Hey boys and girls, today's episode of Super Exciting Outrageous Toy Review featured the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Training Mode Pink Ranger. Thanks for watching this SEO Toy Review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.